going to work together with Parliament to ensure that there is a Public Order Act that really defines clearly how demonstrations will be done.
Is President William Ruto afraid of the Gen Z movement? If you ask Ruto's critics, they will tell you that fear isn't always declared. Sometimes it manifests as policy. Sometimes it appears wrapped in barbed legislation or disguised behind police barricades. And in the case of President William Ruto's administration, it wears a cloak of law and order panic, stirred by a youth uprising that refuses to back down.
We are going to work together with Parliament to ensure that there is a Public Order Act that really defines clearly how demonstrations will be done, which routes where people can present their petitions, where can you protest, where can demonstration happen, and then so that you don't inconvenience other citizens, you don't also cause problems around schools, around hospitals, around estates. We need to designate proper areas where people can demonstrate and picket and make sure that time of picketing, of demonstrating is also defined, and we will then be able to protect genuine citizens who want to exercise Article 37 of the Constitution, and we will be able to attack the goons who may want to come and loot shops and police stations, among others.
You see, when it comes to guarding the presidency, Ruto's government has perfected its survival playbook. But even the strongest regimes tremble when the streets speak in unison. The Gen Z movement, which many initially dismissed as a bunch of digital wankers, phone-wielding youths longing for a better Kenya, has evolved, at least in the eyes of power, as a serious national threat. Not a nuisance, not just a hashtag, a potential insurrection. In the aftermath of the 25th June protest, the administration has shifted into full-blown defense mode. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen issued a shoot-to-kill order. Arrests, abductions, surveillance, nothing appears off the table.
Na tumeambia polisi, mtu yoyote mwenye atakaribia police station, piga yeye risasi.
This is a very important amendment, I can see, because where we are going right now, we are not safe. No one of among us is safe.
Bills are being tabled in Parliament, all designed to shrink the spaces Gen Z can occupy, both offline and online.
The bill is not an attempt to muzzle dissent. It is a measure to ensure that protests are not hijacked by violence and that no Kenyan, be it a protester, a police officer, a bystander, suffers unjustly in the exercise of a right. Order is not the enemy of democracy, it is the foundation.
One such bill is the Public Order Amendment Bill 2025, which aims to exile protesters from the perimeters of power, that is, from Parliament, the judiciary, and the State House, by drawing a 100-meter no-go zone. It also hands power to the Interior Ministry to declare where and when people can gather. In short, protest, but only where it's convenient for the state. Nairobi Women Rep Esther Passaris has become the unlikely face of this crackdown, insisting that the Constitution protects freedom of assembly, but only to a reasonable extent.
You have to have a certain designated area where you cannot reach as demonstrators, and they have to respect that. People are calling demonstrations and giving public holidays and saying it's free fall, let's go to State House. I think we need to have laws.
She leans on Article 24 to justify restrictions in the name of order, caution, and responsibilities. Violators of this 100-meter rule face up to 3 months in jail or 100,000 fine.
This is a very important amendment, I can see, because where we are going right now, we are not safe. No one of among us is safe. Because anytime people can come into Parliament, they can go to State House.
And this is not the first time Parliament has flirted with such legislation. Late last year, MP Geoffrey Ruto proposed the Assemblies and Demonstration Bill 2024, aiming to ban protests on highways and major public spaces. But the backlash was swift. and the bill fizzled. But it was a warning shot, and now with Pasaris's proposal, the state is taking a second, more calculated aim.
Help, and the rest of Kenya, including Parliament, will come to our help. The rest of Kenya, including judiciary, will come to our help, so that we have proper demonstrations, proper picketing, proper protestation in our designated routes, escorted by police officers. People can wear what they want to wear, and then they go home happy in the evening, knowing that their message has reached the institutions they would like to protest. That way, we will now call ourselves a democracy, but not protests where in the evening lives have been lost, property is lost, and people are suffering immense loss.
And that's not all. In what many critics see as a state-sanctioned assault on digital privacy, Aldai MP Marian Kitani recently introduced a bill that would place real-time surveillance tools in the hands of the government. If passed, internet service providers would be required to install signature creation devices, assign traceable numbers to users, and hand over unprecedented access to the state, effectively creating a digital panopticon.
So the cops need to know that even though you're working for this wicked regime, you'll go to court on your own, and we shall make sure that once we take political power, you will pay for every single life that has been lost in Kenya.
So why is the government seemingly in panic mode? You see, what makes the Gen Z protests so terrifying to the Ruto administration is not that they are violent. They are mostly peaceful. It is not that they are organized by seasoned politicians. They are leaderless. And it's not that they are foreign funded. They are organic, born out of frustration, trauma, and a sense of betrayal.
Stop killing us! Stop killing us! Stop killing us! Stop killing us! Stop killing us!
Unlike the protests of yesteryear, mostly confined to Raila Odinga's strongholds, the Gen Z movement has gone national. Mombasa, Kisii, Murang'a, Nakuru, Eldoret, and Nairobi CBD, even spaces Raila never managed to penetrate. They marched not for a politician, but for each other. They carried photos of slain comrades, chanted for justice, and demanded accountability.
Stop killing us! Stop killing us! Stop killing us!
In Nairobi alone, some went as far as threatening to storm State House. Now that alone triggered a visible panic. Government buildings were barricaded, roads shut down, armed police lined the streets like a state under siege. Ruto's administration responded with the same kind of urgency one would expect during a coup, not a civic protest.
What was billed as a peaceful protest was in truth a calculated disguise, a coordinated descent into chaos marked as civic expression, including the vehicles that were bringing money in the name of protest, giving money to protesters in different corners of Nairobi, especially in Mwindibungu.
The administration quickly played its usual cards. The protests were sponsored by unknown individuals. But the truth was and remains uncomfortable. For the first time, a president wasn't being challenged by the usual suspects. He was being challenged by people with no party colors, no leaders, no manifesto, just rage and a signal.
And if it is Ruto must go, tell me how you want me to go. What? You know?
So, is President Ruto's administration afraid of the Gen Z movement? What are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts in our comment section. That is it for now. Thanks for watching. Let's meet next time. Bye-bye.